Part 1. Once upon a time, there was a girl named Isabella who loved adventures. She had two best friends, Max and Luna, and a little bird that always followed her everywhere she went. One day, Isabella decided to explore a far-off land that she had heard about. She packed her bags and set off on her journey, with Max, Luna, and the little bird by her side. As they traveled, Isabella and her friends came across many amazing sights and met many interesting people. But as they were passing through a deep, dark forest, they heard a strange noise. They followed the noise and found a huge, scary dragon. Isabella was frightened at first, but she realized that the dragon was not trying to harm her. Instead, it was injured and needed her help. Isabella bravely approached the dragon and saw that it had a large thorn stuck in its paw. She carefully removed the thorn and tended to the dragon's wound. The dragon was grateful and promised to help Isabella whenever she needed it. Part 2. After Isabella and the dragon found a place to live, Isabella took the dragon back to the valley and found a new home for it. The dragon was very happy to live in a safe and peaceful environment. However, after the dragon had been in the valley for a while, the local people began to fear the dragon and believed that it would attack them. They demanded that the king kill the dragon and bring it back to them quickly. Isabella heard this news and knew that the dragon was not a vicious monster, but a friendly and harmless creature. She decided to do something to protect the dragon. So, Isabella went to see the king and requested that he allow the dragon to live in the valley. She explained that the dragon had no intention of attacking anyone and that it only wanted to live a peaceful life like any other creature. The king agreed to let the dragon live in the valley, and the local people also trusted Isabella and respected the king's decision. The dragon was welcomed into the community and lived happily for many years thereafter. From then on, Isabella was known as a hero in the kingdom and was loved by everyone. She had shown that by listening and understanding each other, we can solve any problem and live in peace and happiness. And Max, Luna, and Isabella's little bird, they lived happily with her and created many more wonderful stories together. Part 3. Years passed and Isabella, Max, and Luna had many more adventures together. They traveled to different lands, met new people, and faced new challenges. One day, while on a journey to a far-off kingdom, they came across a mysterious forest. The forest was said to be enchanted, and many travelers had gone missing inside. Despite the warnings, Isabella, Max, and Luna were determined to explore the forest. As they entered the forest, they felt a strange energy surrounding them. The trees looked alive, and the animals were unlike any they had ever seen before. As they walked deeper into the forest, they heard a voice calling out to them. The voice belonged to a fairy who lived in the forest. The fairy told them that the forest was cursed, and that anyone who entered would be trapped inside forever. But Isabella, Max, and Luna were not afraid. They had faced many challenges before and knew that they could overcome this one too. They asked the fairy if there was a way to break the curse and free themselves from the forest. The fairy told them that the only way to break the curse was to find a magical flower that grew deep within the forest. The flower was guarded by a powerful sorcerer, and no one had ever been able to get past him. Isabella, Max, and Luna knew that this would be their greatest challenge yet, but they were determined to try. They set off deeper into the forest, searching for the magical flower and the sorcerer who guarded it. As they journeyed, they faced many obstacles, but with their courage and determination, they overcame them all. Finally, they reached the place where the flower grew, and they saw the sorcerer guarding it. The sorcerer was fierce and powerful, but Isabella, Max, and Luna knew that they had to try to get past him. They used all their skills and wits to defeat the sorcerer and retrieve the magical flower. With the magical flower in their possession, they broke the curse and freed themselves from the forest. As they emerged from the forest, they saw that the world outside had changed. The sun was shining brighter, and the birds were singing louder. They knew that their adventure had come to an end, but they also knew that there would be more adventures to come. Isabella, Max, and Luna had learned that with courage, determination, and a little bit of magic, anything is possible.
Produced by BigBaBook, specialist in children's books.